Artificial intelligence companies continue to boom. This was all kicked off after Nvidia gains $185 billion in value after predicting the AI-driven boom in chip demand. Analysts were predicting $6.5 billion worth of revenue, but revenue came in at $7.2 billion. Data center revenues were $4.28 billion. Even released a revenue outlook of $11 billion for the second quarter of 2024. So I'm going to be talking about some AI stocks that were currently on my radar and that I've been day trading. Unfortunately, Cathie Woods dumped Nvidia stock before it had its massive surge, $560 billion surge. Today we're going to talk about Palantir, C3 AI Inc. Before we begin, please hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Please remember, none of this is financial advice, for entertainment only, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So there was a report released in Israel for the very first time by Bank of America. And they said that artificial intelligence could boost the world economy by up to $15.7 trillion by 2030. This is by better capitalizing on data. There's also a robotics race. So Elon Musk's Tesla bot was just shown the other day in terms of the introduction. But before that, a humanoid robot Eve went live. So they deployed their first AI robot, and this is OpenAI backed. So the company is called 1X, and the robot looks like this. So it can do lots of simple tasks. Apparently, not only is it able and capable of doing simple tasks, but it's mainly going to be used in surveillance and security. Apparently, it's been integrated as a security guard inside of an Android manufacturing site. With the robotics market set to be around about $17.3 billion by 2027, lots of companies have been on their way to try and get first to market, try to get their robot out there. So this Eve robot can also open windows, it can open doors, fetch objects, and perform an assortment of tasks similar to humans. AI and robotics together, AI-powered robots can be used for sorting and packing products in warehouses. They can also be used to find the quickest shipment route and support last mile delivery. As you know as well, it's been used and utilized in self-driving cars. Hopefully it will be a thing one day. People owning, Tesla and maybe a Tesla bot as well. Tesla's roots, will it be like us owning, for the very first time an asset? Will a car be an asset for the very first time where we can have a passive income from sending our Tesla out? And will it be able to pick up people using the robot taxi network? There's loads of different websites coming up saying that the Tesla robotaxi will be like Uber and Airbnb put together, and it will provide a service to the customers and you will get a nice cut of that. But first, Tesla needs to build out its full self-driving in order to make this happen. So now in the last month, Palantir stock has been roaring. It's up 74% from its low to the high, perhaps even a bit more, as yesterday it hit $14 at one point. Palantir has announced now 2 quarters of profit. So one of the remarks from Alex C. Karp, the co-founder and CEO, said they're profitable again and they anticipate they're going to remain profitable each quarter through to the end of the year. Revenue growing 18% year over year to $525 million, and customer count increasing 50% year over year in the US. So it was 103 customers in the first quarter of 2022. In the first quarter of 2023, it was now 155 customers. In terms of a money safety net as well, they've already been profitable for 2 quarters. They said they predict that they're going to be profitable for the rest of the year. And will it continue as well in profitability, or how will they spend their money? Anyways, in terms of spending their money, they have cash equivalents, and short-term US Treasury securities of $2.9 billion. So they've got a nice cash runway there in case they want to make acquisitions, or if anything comes up that they need to spend on. So Palantir is looking particularly tasty. They're expecting $528 to $532 million in revenue for the second quarter of 2023. In terms of the full year guidance, they're expecting revenues between $2.185 billion to $2.235 billion. They also released and announced a live stream with it's going to have its first AIP con with AI demos and announcements from 25 customers. And if you scroll down and take a look at the customers, they're coming from Cisco, Cleveland Clinic, HCA Healthcare, Jacobs, JD Power, Panasonic, and this is going to be happening, I believe, on the 1st of June 2023. There's a live stream link, so head over to Yahoo, type in Palantir AIP Con, and you'll be able to get the link there. But they're going to be demonstrating the AI technology throughout the afternoon. It also includes executives from Mols Corson, Lockheed, RBC, Cardinal Health, Siemens Healthineers. So there's lots of different companies and additional speakers coming. There's going to be about 25 different customers. Exciting because seeing these customer case studies and real world applications and seeing where their revenue is coming from, they can see and predict, where they believe it's going to go and how it's helped these businesses save money or create more sales, even workflow, even customer experience. Another company that popped off, and there was a short report that hit C3 AI, and it came all the the way down to like $17. I believe it was about $17, and then it went roaring 89% up. So C3 AI went up just yesterday 15.95%. I day traded it from $29 I think to only 31. It was a nice day trade, made a little chunk of money, but I've been looking at this company for a couple of months now, and I really should have bought and invested for the long term, but I was trying to figure out about the short report. Short report came in April from Kerrisdale Capital, and it rocked C3 AI stock all the way down to $17. So they were claiming that the gross margins are too high and the chief financial officer is inexperienced. So is he trying to suggest they were cooking the books at the time from Kerrisdale Capital? So what were they trying to suggest and accuse the company of any wrongdoing? The company has also been declaring its fourth quarter 2023 preliminary results and how they'll exceed guidance. So they've been calculating and pushing forward guidance. They said total revenue for that fourth quarter is going to be between $72.1 million to $72.4 billion. Positive free cash flow $18 million to $19.4 million. A loss of operations for $75 million to $77 million. And a non-GAAP loss from operations of $23.7 million to $23.9 million. If you scroll down as well, they said during the quarter they closed 43 deals, including 19 pilots that were initiated in the fourth quarter of financial year 23. And they have all of the customers here, the pilot conversions, including Dow, Alberta Treasury branches, Chief and Digital and Artificial Intelligence Office, ExxonMobil, Missile Defense Agency, lots of defense agencies here, Defense Counterintelligence and Security Agency. Some of the customers they're stating as well, a large US department chain store, a large US retail chain, a large American automotive dealership group, hotel and casino entertainment industry, 2 Fortune 500 companies, one is an industrial supply company, the other one being office supply. They also had customers that were multi-chain pet stores and a multinational consumer electronics retail chain, as well as global shipping and mailing companies. Just an example as well, let's take a look here. Just looking at how it can help companies. Here's a pharmaceutical company case study. Drug manufacturer uses AI to monitor a plant's health and performance across the plant. It resulted in a 60% reduction in maintenance costs, saving money. So they don't name the company here, but it's a global professional services company, one of the largest professional services companies in the world, and it has an annual revenue of over 20 billion. And if we take a look at the project highlights here, they analyzed a lot of opportunities and they scored them, and they were able to actually improve up to $30 million in potential revenue uplift from improved win rates and pipeline for the healthcare sector alone. They helped a 93% accurate booking forecast. They reduced forecast error from 60% to 7%, as you can see here in the graph for their monthly bookings forecast. They also helped with a revenue uplift from additional white space pipeline. Done this in a couple of weeks, so proven results in weeks, not years. You can see there was a briefing of 2 hours, technology assessment 2 to 3 days. They done a production trial of 8 to 12 weeks, and they were able to deploy and test a C3 AI application into production, which takes 3 to 6 months. Here's a few of their big customers. You've got Shell here using Enterprise AI. You have the US Air Force also using C3 AI reliability for its aircrafts. Baker Hughes using Enterprise AI for oil and gas. You've got Con Edison as well using data analytics platform and AMI operations. We also have the US Department of Defense using it for fighter jets. And then we have Raytheon Technologies AI for defense. They've also created documentary videos for each of these customers so you can watch or read the full story. With the AI, C3's AI, Shell was using it and they managed to not only reduce CO2 emissions, but they managed to actually optimize their process and squeeze out an additional 1 to 2% of LNG production, liquefied natural gas. They reduced the CO2 emissions by 355 tons per day, and over a year that's 130 kilotons, equivalent of taking 28,000 average US vehicles off the roads. The VP, Daniel Javons over at Shell, stated that AI is a huge opportunity for Shell. They are going through a digital transformation, firstly to make themselves more efficient and effective, but also to help drive through the energy transition. Disruption at the moment in the energy market, and as they go through this, they move towards cleaner energy solutions. Shell wants to lead the way, and AI plays an important role in that. So currently in terms of analysts, C3 AI was predicted to be a high of $30, a low of $12, an average of $20.5 according to Tip Ranks. Currently they're trading at $32.97 on after hours. But as AI is booming and customer demand is hot, and lots of AI companies continue to add customers to their books and secure lots of contracts, will we see increased revenue for these guys, and will the market value them higher? Over on Seeking Alpha as well, before the slight AI pop now, May 22nd, Palantir, fortunes will be made. And he's written a nice article here on AI. It's a must read. If you want to read this article too, check the link in my description box below. You can sign up to Seeking Alpha through my link. If you full access to the whole article, you'll be able to read their analysis as well as their predictions. They'll also speak about risks to consider, and they'll give you a bottom line summary too. Over on tip ranks, Palantir is expected within 12 months to be around about a high of $15. The average is $9.25 and the low is $5. But with the AI pop right now, Palantir is nearly $14. Overall, I'm excited. I'm looking to invest in the long term, but I want to invest in the leaders or the people I believe that will have the most growth. I believe that Palantir will be one of the main leaders as well in AI at the moment. And although I believe they may be years ahead of the competition, AI moves really fast, and there's other companies that are sprouting up now as well that have just come into the scene. I'm excited to see companies like C3 AI working with some of the big boys like Shell and ExxonMobil. So I'm thinking I might split between them, or I might find an ETF. There's an ETF that has all AI companies in it as well, so I might invest in that. If you enjoyed this kind of video, please hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, drop me some comments down below, tell me your thoughts and feelings, and if there's any AI picks that you have. There's also some other AI companies I have my eye on, but I didn't mention them yet because I want to explore, you know, their finances. I want to explore what kind of facilities they have to raise cash, because there's a few of them that don't have much cash runway. They're still burning a lot of cash, and it'll be a while before they reach profitability. Just to mention as well, C3 AI has 1,000 talented, dedicated employees, and they said they remain on track to their path to profitability, which they expect to achieve a non-GAAP profitable business by the end of the fiscal year 2024. They estimate to generate $18 to $19.4 million in free cash flow from business operations in the fourth quarter of 2023, and they believe they're going to end the year with over $800 million in cash equivalents, and investments. So please remember, none of this is financial advice, for entertainment only. Let me know what AI stocks that you're picking or that you currently have in your portfolio, and at what pricing as well. You the very best. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Please remember, none of this is financial advice, for entertainment only, and I'll see you in the next video. Mr. Invest a lot. Over and out, baby.